Listen, I'm not sure if you're going to believe this. And honestly, a part of me hopes you don't. Because if you do, it means you've seen it too. And nobody should have to see it. It started last Tuesday. I was walking home late. Later than usual. You know how it is. The streets are empty, and every little sound makes you jump. The only light came from the old, buzzing streetlights that line my neighborhood. They cast these long, distorted shadows that play tricks on your eyes. In my town, there's an old story, a kind of local legend that parents tell their kids to get them home before dark. They say that if a streetlight flickers and blinks out as you walk under it, you need to run. You don't look back. You just run, because it means something is standing right behind you. Something you can't see in the light. I always thought it was just a stupid ghost story, a way to scare teenagers. I'd walked under blinking streetlights 100 times. Sometimes they'd buzz and fizzle, but it was just old wiring, faulty bulbs. That's what I told myself. That's what I needed to believe. But last Tuesday was different. I was about 3 blocks from my house. The air was completely still. No wind, no cars, nothing. Just the sound of my own footsteps on the pavement and that low electric hum. I approached the corner of Oak Street, and the streetlight right above me started to flicker. It wasn't the usual gentle fade. It was a violent, frantic blinking, on, off, faster and faster. My heart started hammering against my ribs. I picked up my pace, telling myself it was nothing. Just a faulty connection. Then the light went out completely. For a second, I was plunged into total darkness. The hum stopped. The world went silent. And in that silence, I heard it. A sound that didn't belong. It was a soft, wet, scraping sound, like something heavy and damp being dragged across the asphalt. It was coming from directly behind me, so close I could almost feel the vibration through the soles of my shoes. Every nerve in my body screamed at me to turn around. But the old story, the one I'd laughed at, flashed in my mind. Asterisk, it means something is standing right behind you. Asterisk, my blood ran cold. I didn't turn. I couldn't. I was my breath hitched in my throat. I could feel sweat trickling down my spine. The scraping stopped, and then I felt a pressure on my shoulder. It wasn't a hand, it was too heavy. Too cold, it felt. Wrong. Like cold, damp stone pressing into my jacket. A smell hit me, too. Like wet soil and something rotten. Something like old meat left out in the rain. I wanted to scream, but the sound was trapped in my lungs. I stood there, frozen under a dead streetlight, with this impossible weight on my shoulder and that horrifying smell filling my head. Just as I thought I was going to pass out, the streetlight flickered back on. It wasn't a sudden flash, but a slow, groaning return to life. A dull, sickly orange glow. The pressure on my shoulder vanished. The smell was gone. The scraping sound was gone. I was alone again. I didn't wait for it to go out a second time. I ran. I've never run that fast in my entire life. I didn't look back. Not once. I burst through my front door, slammed it, locked it, and slid to the floor, gasping for air. My shoulder was throbbing. When I finally got the courage to take off my jacket, I saw it. A dark, bruise-like mark on my shoulder. But it wasn't a normal bruise. It was the perfect, chilling imprint of 3 long, unnaturally thin fingers. So now, I don't walk home at night anymore. I take a cab, even if it's just a few blocks. I can't even look at the streetlights without feeling that same icy dread. Because I know what they mean now. They're not just faulty wires. They're a warning. So, if you're ever walking alone at night and a streetlight starts to blink, don't be a fool like I was. Don't rationalize it. Don't try to be brave. Just run. Because you don't want to feel what's standing in the dark behind you, and you really don't want it to touch you.